मारूफ इंटरनेशनल इन्फ्लुएंसर मैक कैंडी पाकिस्तान के दौरे पर आए। लाहौर में अंदरूनी शहर उनसे मुलाकात हुई।
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome to Pakistan.
Oh, shukriya.
And most welcome to the historic city of Lahore.
Oh, shukriya, shukriya.
Very kind of you.
Second time here and I can't wait to be here.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. I hear there's mazadar food here in
Yes,
Lahore.
very nice. You know Urdu a little bit as well.
Tora.
Shukriya.
Tora. Yeah, well, so we're going to do a little exploration around the city.
We are so happy that you are visiting Pakistan, and especially now you are in the walled city. Mr. Candee, you are a great influencer. You have been great traveler. You have visited so many countries. Your brother, big brother, also visited so many countries, and your grandfather also visited.
That's right, yeah.
So you are like Venetians who used to travel all around the world. Mr. Candee, I want to ask how many followers you have. I know they are about 3 million, 30 lakh, we will say it in Urdu.
Mashallah. I have 3 million followers spread amongst Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and TikTok. And I'm happy to be back in Pakistan, especially because you're showing me around. So,
Okay, very
shukriya.
nice. What specific thing you have noticed when you come to Pakistan?
I can say it in one single word: hospitality. From the second I arrived to Pakistan, I met up with one other person right before. She gifted me one of her bracelets that she made right here. Every time I'm in Pakistan, I go to pay for a meal. I have to argue with them because every Pakistani person wants to pay for my meal, offer me chai, whatever it might be. The hospitality is the strongest part of the Pakistani culture that keeps me coming back.
Many tourists are fearful, especially international tourists, that Pakistani law and order is not good. Perhaps Pakistan is not one of the most favorite places to visit. But you come here, do you think that this perception is right or wrong?
I think this perception is all wrong. The way the media works is the media finds top stories to cover. Everyone learns about those top stories, and those top stories always often hide the culture. So one or two bad things once in a while might happen in the country of Pakistan. Main media will grab those stories, blast them across the world, and then people will have this perception or this fear to come. But then you actually come and visit Pakistan, and it's the opposite of that. You have people coming around. We could talk to any one of these people, and they would offer incredible Pakistani hospitality.
What is so special in you that your vlogs and your pictures and your portraits and your talk is so famous, so popular? What special things you do so that we can learn from you?
I think the number one thing is just looking at every single person you meet and knowing that they have a story and taking the time to meet them and get to know them. And I try and do that in all my videos. If I meet someone, no matter who they are, whether on my way here I was hanging out of my car window saying Assalamu alaikum to Pakistanis driving by, or someone I meet on the street, I just ask them, learn about their stories, and I think that big part about connecting with humans is the most important factor.
And how do you find it different from Europe and America?
I would say here in Pakistan you have a much more family feel. You know, in America and the Western world, there's a lot of like eat, sleep, work, repeat, kind of the routine, chasing after the grind. Whereas in Pakistan, you feel that everyone really prioritizes relationships and spending time together, and taking time out of their day to spend a lot of time. And of course, in the West, we do that as well. Where do you typically recommend people to have the #1 best Pakistani food?
Yes. What kind? You like spices or what?
Something that's bahut mazadar.
Oh, Lahore is famous for bahut mazadar.
Everything, right?
Yes. Whether you like chicks, whether you would like meat, whether you would like good chapati.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yes. You like sweet, then there is another option. You like spices, then there is another option. This tobacco is grown within Punjab and KP. And this is the raw form of tobacco. When the crop is ready, then they put it in on the sunshine. They make it dry. And then after drying,
Look at that
You
thing.
have-
Wow.
have your-
Spark that thing up. Let's get this thing going.
So very hot, very hot. Inhale. Very hot.
Pakistan's in the Look! Holy shit, that thing's hitting hard right now. Oh, wow. Assalamu alaikum.
The local people.
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੁਸ਼ ਰਹੋ।
Kaise ho?
Very
Shukriya.
good, mashallah. These are the different
Pickle.
Oh, fresh pickles.
pickles.
Why not? If it's mazadar, I'm in.
In our villages, we used to have these pickles. Whenever there was no other things to eat, we would used to eat this one with our chapati or with our roti.
All right, well, let's
Very
try.
organic pickle. And you know.
This is
good for
carrot.
you.
That thing looks like a tomato.
No, it's
No,
carrot.
carrot.
Oh, carrot here.
मैं तो रोज खाता थे.
That's spice.
Look, this shop is 100 years old. Rather more than the 100 years old.
Generation from generations actually used to become.
So that his grandfather and his great-grandfather.
He remembers that his grandfather also owned this.
Wow, wow, mashallah.
What food you specially like in Pakistan?
Oh, that's
You
a hard
like
one.
mazedar food.
Everything mazadar, I love.
And where have you learned these Urdu words?
From 4 different visits to Pakistan. This is my 4th visit, and throughout that time, talking to local Pakistanis, I picked up a few words.
And Mr. Candee, I would also like to know that you have how you think about our dresses. They are also different from the other word. Are they comfortable? Have you ever tried our dresses as well?
On my first trip to Pakistan, I had one of these. I'll step right up here. I had one of these beautiful ones on right here, just like this. The shalwar kameez. But I got to buy one while I'm in the market today so I can get dressed up in one.
Give it to you. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
exactly. All right, shukriya, shukriya.
And which cities you have visited and what you like there?
I would say my number 1 favorite place from a beauty perspective is Skardu. Skardu has the most beautiful views. Hunza is number 2. But in terms of like the heartbeat and the excitement, Lahore. Mazadar food, a lot of energy in the city. And then
You have been to Seville, Spain. And
Yeah.
we have also, as a Muslim, we have also memories in Spain.
In Spain.
What you find in Seville? Because it was one of your most popular program.
in Spain, there are a lot of beautiful parts of the country. You have amazing architecture. You can find some similarities in terms of a lot of country pride. I would say in Pakistan right now, if we yell Pakistan Zindabad, everyone's going to light up. I feel the same in Spain. People are very proud of their heritage. So you see a lot of overlapping moments where people are really happy to show off the pride of their country.
You left the 9 to 5 jobs and you became we will say a traveler. But travelers only spend, where does your income come from?
Yeah, that's a question people always wonder. They're like, someone must be paying for your trips. Your dad must be rich, all these questions. But no, actually, once you build a social media business, you make money through YouTube ads. So when the video plays, before, during, and after, there's an advertisement that plays. YouTube gets some, the creator. So you think about that for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram.
Just for inspiration, maybe it's a private question, but just for inspiration to the others, I will ask how much you earn a month.
I would say it can range between $15,000 to $30,000 a month.
Very nice. You are a rich man then.
We are going this train now. I want to show you how much it's cool streets.
The Gali Surjan Singh.
Yes, yes.
Oh, very nice. All right, chale chalo bajan.
Chalo.
Look at the bangles and everything, you know.
They are made of glass.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's like a.
Yeah, Janab.
And you know, hello, hi to everyone.
Yeah, that's amazing. Hello, assalamu alaikum. Chicago, America. Nice to meet you too.
So the people used to be these streets for the skating, and there was a famous saying about these streets as well. in Punjabi and Urdu as well. Patli gali se nikal ja. You know, the narrow street you can escape way easily. Nobody knows about these ways to go outside.
Secret passageways to get through.
Basically, this is also one reason. The other reason is that at that time, there was no transport. So the people used to walk as pedestrians.
Right.
They have a problem of security as well, because there were a lot of thieves, dacoits,
Conquerors,
Okay, yeah.
invaders.
Yeah.
so these kinds of streets, they help them to protect themselves. For example, if we close this, it's difficult to enter. Like
Right.
the fort,
You can lock down the city pretty easily.
you can.
Mr. Candee, there is a humorous story about this.
Yeah.
This street. They say if the two cross this street together, it means they are getting married.
All right, we're going solo here. My wife's not going to like that. All right, chale chalo.
Chalo chalai sir.
All right, we're barely fitting through here. So guys, this is pretty crazy. When you think about it, you could shut this city down in different passages by just closing off this small little area.
Mr. Candee, look here. This is the old style of doors and windows. Look here. This is a design. There was no cement in the world. at that
Boundaries,
time.
you know. So they use lentils, mud, egg, rice, limestone, jaggery.
of everything,
Let's go.
Which can bind the two bricks together.
Really, wow.
Assalamu alaikum ji, ki haal hai?
So in most of these places, there are people living inside
Yes,
of them?
sir. It's a live. It's a live street.
Wow.
Look at these doors.
It's a live street.
Oh, and there's multiple floors too.
This is calligraphy. Look. This is
Oh yeah, look at that calligraphy.
Urdu calligraphy.
Very beautiful. Maalaikum salam.
Look at the people, you know.
Hey, kaise ho? ठीक है?
हमने इसका नाम रखा हुआ है जीटी रोड
मैं वानी जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
देखिए हमारा कितना
Oh, I thought we were getting attacked by that one up there.
मेन रोड पे जाते हैं तो हम देखिए कितने प्यारे रोड पे रहते हैं हम
He said this is the Grand Trunk Road.
Have you ever been to Cordoba as well?
Cordoba? Yes, I have actually. In southern Spain?
Yes.
Yeah. Really nice place. Oh,
They
we
have
got,
the same-
got a little on there for
They,
it.
they have the same streets. These are the hand fans. These are the hand fans of old style. All are the hand fans. And these are we call it changel.
Bella ciao,
Bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao.
una mattina. Listen just Lin hovatro, lin vado. Listen believe it. Odan montagna. Oh bella ciao, bella ciao,
Bella ciao, ciao, ciao.
una mattina. Mi son svegliato. Ho trovato l'invasor.
Whoa! Wow, bravo. That is impressive.
Sir, हमने
और यहाँ पे एक ड्रम पड़ा होगा ये ड्रम प्लेयर दूंगा
Oh, we got the drums going too?
we've got to
All right,
play some
sweet.
songs as well.
Oh, you dropped that. Reminds me of when I was in Hunza. Incredible.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
कोई तुमने लव लुव तो नहीं कर ली? नहीं तो ये तेरे फिर दर्द कहाँ से आ गया तेरे अंदर?
सर फनकार हमेशा दर्द वाला ही होता है.
परिंदे आज़ाद करके बहुत खुश हुए। मस्जिद वजीर खान पहुंचे। मस्जिद की कैलीग्राफी की बहुत तारीफ की। खाने में मौजूद सूफी बुजुर्ग मीरा बादशाह का मज़ार देखने आए। मस्जिद के ऊपर कुंदा खताती की बहुत तारीफ की।
This is one of the finest landmarks of history in Lahore city, the Vazir Khan Mosque. And you have been to many countries, especially you like Lebanon the most.
That's right.
And how do you compare Pakistan's architecture, Pakistan's living, and Pakistan's atmosphere, liberal atmosphere? How would you compare it with the other countries?
I would say probably like from a regional perspective, Pakistan and some of the other countries kind of in the greater region, you mentioned Lebanon as an example. I find that this kind of section of the world, when it comes to the atmosphere, you get a lot of welcoming people. You know, everyone's, when they meet a guest coming into their country, they're super hospitable. They want to show you around. They want to take you to explore some of the best landmarks. And I find this to be something that is really unique both to Pakistan as well as some of the surrounding countries here. And in terms of the architecture, I would say, I mean, Pakistan's got a vast difference of architecture when you think of the architecture up in Hunza or Skardu, and then you think of Karachi. You know, you have your modern developments in certain areas around Karachi, Lahore, and then you have some of your really traditional architecture here that offers just a look into so much culture. We were just talking about
the ornamental writings and
exactly the Persian influence.
The use of colors.
Yeah, yeah. And the Persian influence here mixed in, I see similarities. That's what I find really cool, is you can find Pakistan's unique portrayal of their architecture, and then you have the Shah, the Persian Shah, that has their own influence built into the architecture behind us.
You have been to so many Muslim countries. You have been to Saudi Arabia, you have been to Lebanon and many Middle Eastern countries.
That's right.
And somehow in West there is a perception that these people are very militant, they are extremists. How do you look at this perspective?
I think,
especially about Pakistan.
You know, I think before I started traveling, I only ever consumed news, movies, and these give you an idea of what you can expect in places. And then once I traveled, I think the first Middle Eastern or North African Middle Eastern country I went to was Egypt. And this changed everything for me because I saw a different side of the country, that being Egypt, much different than I had imagined it to be like. And so it kind of inspired me to visit more countries all around the Middle Eastern area, as well as into Pakistan and in Asia here. And during that time, I just kept finding so many differences in between what I imagined it to be versus the reality. And I think the world is portrayed mainly through movies and then also through top news stories, as I was saying. And so when you put those two together, that creates someone's perception. That's what they imagine it to be like.
You are trying to change the perception?
That's my number one goal in the whole media business, that's how I create my videos. I just made one on Iran, and I showed the first few minutes of what people thought it was like. News clips, how intense it was, all of these different components that give people this fear of the country. And then I showed my personal journey, meeting locals, experiencing the culture, the food, the places to visit, and just day-to-day interactions with the people that are the ones who create the entire Iranian culture. That was my most recent video.
You are trying to make something like that for Pakistan as well?
For Pakistan. That's my goal right now. And as we walk around, I make sure to take the time and talk to people that come up to me. And you didn't see this, but in between when I saw you in those 10 minutes, a nice gentleman came and gifted me this ring. And I made sure to get him on camera because I want to show people that would never happen in America. Nobody would come up to me and say, hey, I've got a gift ring for you. That wouldn't, but that would happen in Pakistan. And these small little moments are what I try and share with the world, because these small moments are what change people's perceptions, and these small moments are what change people's idea that it's not some, once in a long time when a terrorist act happens in the country. Some people only know Pakistan as that. And I want to show these small moments, as little as that, or moments when we get to talk and walk through these narrow little alleyways. These moments will change how people imagine a place to be because we give them a new idea to imagine.
What about the extremism and the perception there that every time in Pakistan there is a bomb, there is a threat.
Yeah, the reality is a lot of people hear one story per year. Maybe that's it, one story every couple of years, however often it is. And if we don't create an alternative media, so we have news, which is covering that already, and then we have alternative media, which is social media, which is our conversations here. This is giving another angle of the story. My dad's always said, there's three sides of the story. Your side of the story, my side of the story, and then the truth. Yeah.
अंदरूने लाहौर में सियाहों के लिए रंगीला रिक्शा भी चलाया गया है।
लोड़ दियां शानां ते लोड़ दियां बातां चल चलिए उत्थे जिथे विकदे पावे ते खादां।
He is saying Lahore is such a glorious city that there you eat very, very nice foods.
The best.
ਸੁਹੇਲ ਇਸ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਦੇ ਰੌਣਕਾਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਦੱਸੀਏ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੂੰ ਆਵੇਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਪਾਵਨ ਲੋਕੀ ਹਾਰ ਤੇ ਮਾਲਾਂ।
Wow. He is saying, look, Suhail, what glory I can tell you about Lahore. When you come here, people will give garlands to you.
Shukriya. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All aboard. Chale chalo. Chale chalo Lahore.
Very good.
Here we go.
Zabardast.
Zabardast.
Yes. Look, I am your follower. I have visited just 51 countries. How many countries have you traveled?
Just a few more than you. That's amazing how well traveled you are. I'm at 67.
And your big brother, how much has he traveled?
My brother is at I think 85 countries.
Oh.
Yeah.
And your father?
My father, I think he's at maybe 30 countries. Yeah. My dad did a lot of United States traveling when I was growing up.
You use your name on Instagram as Nomad. What does it mean?
So Nomad is, I'm a world nomad, traveling around the world,
Okay,
living.
you are a Banjara.
Banjara.
We call it in Urdu, it is called Banjara.
You can call me World Banjara.
Banjara. Mac Banjara.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what is your concept of beauty? Wherever you go, you must be liking their beauty, the human beauty, the female beauty. What is your concept?
Beauty, it lies within the eye of the beholder.
But still, what eyes looks for?
And what do I look for? I would say, what I look for is the souls of people. Traveling
Not the face of the people.
The face is just one attribute, but
Or the face is the window of the soul.
I would say the best way to say it is my stepsister, which is my father's new wife, her daughter's blind, and she sees people only by their soul.
Okay.
And the soul shows the most beautiful part of the person. And when you visit a place and you experience the local people, you get to interact with them and you get to feel what their soul's like.
Why have you liked Lebanese beauty? Because you have married.
Well, it's
with a
inside and
Lebanese-
out there.
No, actually, Lebanon and Lebanese beauty is considered to be best in the Asia.
That is true. Well, in this case, Lebanese beauty is on the inside and on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah. So that answers your question.
Okay, the travelers had different experiences, sometimes strange, sometimes shocking, sometimes sweet. What was your most shocking experience?
When I went to Iraq, I had very little experience traveling around the Middle Eastern region. And Iraq was freshly out of the war that the United States was involved in quite a few years back, the earlier days when I was growing up. And so being an American was a very scary idea for me to go visit Iraq. I never thought I'd be able to go there. And visiting there and finding just a completely difference of what it was like was super shocking for me. I had expected something completely different. Sat Sri Akal. And yeah, so that was all of these moments when I go to a place that's so different from what I was told through different forms of media or what people thought in other sides of the world. That's the most shocking.
Did some very, very beautiful lady approach you and he said, what a beautiful man, what a smart man you are?
I said, thank you, that's so kind of you. My wife thinks so too.
And have you ever met an accident? Because traveling is prone to accidents.
Accidents? I've faced challenging situations. There's been some times where I was in the wrong place.
Where was that?
I was here on May 9th, 2023.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yes.
With the protests?
So you were in Lahore?
I got stuck in Islamabad.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was a moment where I knew I was in the wrong place at the wrong time because the situation was tense.
Okay. Good.
But I don't look at, whenever I run into an encounter, some people would say, I would never go here, I would never do that again. But I just look at these moments as you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that just happened.
उर्दू बाज़ार में पठूरे खाए। खुद अपने हाथ से पठूरा बनाया और फिर उसे ही खाया। रक्षे पर ही दाता दरबार पहुंचे। सेक्रेटरी औकाफ ताहिर रज़ा बुखारी से मुलाकात की। दाता दरबार में जाने के लिए जूते उतारे। सबके साथ बैठकर चाय पी। लंगर खाने में आए। चने की दाल खाकर बहुत खुश हुए।
You are here at the Langar of Data Ganj Bakhsh Hajweri, and this is a Sufi tradition in which food is distributed to all and sundry. Anybody can come and have food. And how you have just experienced it, there are all commoners on it. What's your feeling?
I'm impressed because, to be honest, when I arrived here, I didn't know what to expect. To have free food offered every day, you would expect that to be very expensive, and if something's really expensive, maybe the quality wasn't going to be high. But when I had this is some of the best dal that I've had in a long time. So it's really impressive, the quality you get from the chapati to here, and the fact that it's donated from people who open up their kind hearts to share a meal to ensure everybody in Pakistan has the ability to eat. That's beautiful.
It's on almost every big tomb.
Yeah.
That this tradition goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful part of Sufism, and this is the first time that I've gotten close to this Sufism lifestyle, and the fact that there's a langar.
Sufis preach peace, tranquility, love each other.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
दरबार के अंदर पहुंचे। इंतजामिया की तरफ से खूबसूरत चादर पहनाई गई। दरबार पर दुआ की।
You learn a lot from traveling. and you must have changed after traveling so much. And in mysticism, it is part of the mysticism that they travel a lot. Data Ganj Bakhsh Hajweri came from Hajwer, Afghanistan.
Right.
Traveling. And what special experiences and what experiments you have when you travel?
I think, you know, the way the world is portrayed through media a lot of the times creates a lot of divide between the world. But in reality, we're all similar. We want happiness, we want peace, we want love, we want to build a family. And this is what I find is similarities. I'm the type of person who looks for a lot more similarities than differences in cultures.
Even in the modern world, religious matters a lot. And many
Right.
people think that Muslim word is different, Christian word is different, Sikh word is different, Hindu word is different. You have traveled in all these multi-religion areas. What major differences you find in these areas?
Differences, I would say, for example, in Europe and in America, it's going to be very rare that I would walk down the street and be offered, you know, really nice gifts and welcoming and tons of people that are just simply ready to open the doors of their own home in order to ensure that myself being a guest has an experience that I'm going to remember forever. And that's what I find is very beautiful in Pakistan, because over here they really value making sure the guest has a great experience, making sure the guest is well fed, always trying to make sure that the guest doesn't pay. I mean, the list goes on. And I think that's a very big difference that a lot of people around the world haven't experienced unless they've actually been to Pakistan. And you know, of course, a lot of these countries in the regions share some of those similarities. But that's what I find is one of the biggest differences. In terms of mentality, we share the same jokes. We've been laughing all day. You know, things are pretty similar, you know? So true.
ऑरेंज लाइन स्टेशन के रेलवे स्टेशन स्टॉप पहुंचे। मशीन से टिकट लिया। ऑरेंज ट्रेन में बैठकर शहर की सैर की। वादत रोड स्टेशन पर उतरे। हजरत सैयद बाबा शाह जमाल के दरबार पहुंचे। हाजरीन से मुलाकात की। इंतजामिया की तरफ से हार पहनाए गए। वहां दुआ भी की, चादर चढ़ाई। ढोल की थाप पर दूसरों के साथ मिलकर धमाल डाली।